the bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So Notre Dame's offense takes the field. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Working that left side. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The play action fake. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Irish send out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. The midshipman offense makes its way onto the field for their first possession of the game. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's got the athleticism to do it himself.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He makes a catch. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. Just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden takes, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
That's caught. It's locked. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Love. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Field goal is good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 20. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. They'll try the run. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Second down coming up. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. At the 40, there he goes. Hit the afterburners, kid. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And those plays are so deflating for defenses. Up front, defensive lines, you really got to control gaps. You got to stay where you're supposed to be and make sure running backs and ball carriers can't break out, can't use their speed, kind of keep them in a cage. They don't do a good job up front. Big run later. Now the defensive coordinator's yelling, screaming, and not nice things either.
I love it. What a play call. Going to the fullback in the running game, and he shows you that he's got some ability. This guy was a big-time high school running back, and he shows you the wiggle. He's got some ability to break tackles, and he helps his offense out.
A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On the option. He'll do it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Navy!
And you got to be so disciplined when you play the option. You got to keep your eyes on your guy. They lost track of the pitch man. The quarterback pitches it to him. He takes it into the house. You got to be a little bit more sound on defense.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Movement here from the tight end. Give to the running back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the entire playbook is wide open on 2nd and short like this. throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Navy will go back on the attack. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On third down, going up top. He's got it. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. And they got him for the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Back to throw, it's Horvat trying to get to him. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in, it's Evans. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. Taking it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Irish.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And here comes the Navy offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you scored here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Quarterback will audible. Looking for a man. It's Horvat. Fires to the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Navy quick to the line. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Running with power. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Leonard. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
A strike downfield. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
Got room at the 35. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They keep attacking through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hutchinson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On the option. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker.
Catch in the middle, it's Leonard. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Looking to pass. It's Horvath. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Fullback's got it. Trying to get in the end zone, and the ball is loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Goes to the option. Quick toss. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, these Notre Dame linebackers are flying around. Remember that game that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah had against Clemson? This guy could be in for that kind of night.
Yeah, and when you can do that, you change the whole offensive philosophy. When I'm getting tackles for...
Throw to the end zone, picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. He wants to pass it on second down. Fighting off the defender. Spins away from the defense. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive back.
Second down after that incompletion. To the air, it's Horvat. Lets it fly. It's caught downfield. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Navy quick to the line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the
open runway ahead. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Wants to throw on second down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They want to just keep throwing it. Pulls it in. It's Chapman. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They want that clock to run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Second down.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. It'll be a draw. Drives into the pile just a pickup of 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
How about the job by this defense? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. The Irish send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. And here comes the Navy offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, midshipman! What a catch and run for 6. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Here come the Irish, back on offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On the move. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. These are the games, these are the moments, this is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come, these big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Looking for his man. Complete downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll throw it on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
This time on target. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory and now threatening to get the score.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. After the misfire, now on second down. To throw, it's Horvat. Feeling some heat. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Another incompletion on third down.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? We just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality